All right. Listen. I got to take y'all back to understand why this next group has been so important to the Bay Area, but to music culture in general. Um, back in the '80s when I want to say first start working with Foster and McElroy.
Boy, yeah, you are going back.
Well, because I think it's
The start of it all.
yeah, the start of it all was from a production collective and musicians, Foster and McElroy, who also worked with Jay King,
Mm-hmm.
who was really big out of Northern California. We're talking Club Nouveau, um, Timex Social Club.
That's it. That was the start of it.
That was the start of it. Timex Social Club, In Vogue, you know, Tony, and Tony became. They were a hybrid to us. Here you had these guys who were young and they made jamming music that sound like rap and hip hop music, but they were singing and playing live instrumentation. And Wyclef just said how what they did with their sound influenced him, and what they did with their sound also helped make an incredible impact on the Bay Area and Bay Area music scene because they were able to break through. A few of us were able to break through. The Hammers, the Tonys, the In Vogues, and break through on a mainstream level, on a global level, and represent Northern California. So we've always had pride with them. And they've gone on to sell millions and millions of records and do projects individually as a collective. And they're here celebrating a new tour. And today we have
Yes.
Amar,
Yeah.
Timothy, and Dwayne Wiggins from Toni. I don't even know how to talk to these dudes, man. It's just like I'm like at the
Come on,
family
yeah,
reunion on the
straight
table
up
right
talk,
now.
straight up,
That's exactly how we
you
gonna
know.
talk.
Okay, cool. Real first foremost, just for the audience, why isn't Raphael part of this?
Man, you know us.
Yeah.
Come on,
Well,
know
y'all
us.
Yeah.
So we all got our own minds and our own drive about things and our own passion. And Raphael has been doing his thing since he's been doing his thing since we've been doing our thing.
Yes.
And he broke off into his own solo thing in 96, 97, and since 98, Tony has been one of the most independent R&B groups in the game. Like we own our trademark. When I say that, the trademark, trademark that way back in the day because I realized that our sound and not just our sound, the Bay Area sound is something that has been something that's a brand for America.
Yeah.
You think about Motown, you think about the Philly sound, the Bay Area sound. So I looked at us like that, and I just believe that we got to carry on the tradition of R&B. We have to make sure that this culture is passed on down to the next generation, and we uphold it. And that's why we've continued to move on, and Raphael continues to move on, and we mix together every now and then. But right now, Amar Khalil has been holding it down since 98, 99, and it's been beautiful. It. I mean, from the talent shows and the days and everything in San Francisco before all of this. And I'm tell you, we've done some shows together where it was woo in San Francisco. Remember Dolores Park over there?
Yep.
So, hey, man, the same passion. That's why we keep getting it.
Yeah, we done shows together, HB. I don't know if you heard what he said.
Oh, yeah, we done many shows. The shows that groomed us to get how we get it right now.
Yeah,
so when I saw Wyclef with the guitar, he got me slipping. Because I am usually dirty with a guitar on my back.
I
And
was surprised you didn't have your instrument.
Right,
with
I'm
you.
like, oh, he caught me slipping.
Yeah. But and so now this tour. Talk about this tour.
Well,
they the fellas ain't gonna talk, man.
Yeah, they gonna talk. Dwayne, because you said tour, I'm like looking at them. That one of these moves put together.
Well, it's not a tour. Y'all just it's a tour.
It's not really a tour. It's spot dates.
Okay.
We got a bunch of them lined up and everything. So we just keeping it rocking and rolling.
Did he hit us with the voice?
Yeah, the voice.
They gonna hit us with the voice right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's whispers.
Right.
Now that's how it goes down.
Okay, that's how it goes down. So a musician's life isn't about, because you've had projects, songs that have gone multi-platinum. You've experienced success on every level, critically acclaimed, family. But for you guys, it's just the desire to play.
All day.
It's the passion.
It's the passion. Talking that mic.
It's the passion. I mean, it's my therapy, man. I love the road. Right now we move around, like we leave Thursdays. We'll hit on a Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. Like last night, BB King's, and then we're home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm in Oakland 100%. He's back in LA. He's in Sacramento, and and we get a chance to follow our passion and get out there and do what what artists are supposed to do. We're supposed to inspire and uplift others. And right now, we definitely need this with the craziness jumping off.
What do you mean by that?
Oh man, come on! I jumped. I just came from DC. And I didn't even know. We came into LaGuardia, and I didn't even know what was going on at the other airport. And I saw the protest and everything. And I was like, are we really in these times? I try and not even pay attention to the news, because the news is not the news.
Yeah.
The people are the news. I had to get to them and see what the emotions are, what we're feeling, and how we're moving. But it's craziness going out there. We know what it is. But, we got to stay with each other. We got to get back to each other 100%.
100%. Timothy, let me ask you this, because a lot of celebrities took heat for supporting President Donald Trump after being invited to come to his tower or go perform for him. Okay. In that situation, if you were asked to bring the group, what do you think you would have decided to have a chance to stand next to the president-elect and perhaps, how you think you would have reacted? Would you have done that?
I don't know. Musically, he might need to really hear the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Hear like the real soul of music. Mm-hmm. Maybe on that level, but I don't know. That's a hard question to really, get into right now.
But you definitely didn't say yes.
I did. Well, I'm trying to be political.
Dude, you told me the other day you would have done it for that paycheck.
For the paycheck?
No, really? I'm just messing with you.
About to be a family feud up in here.
Look, Tim said, really?
How do you guys? Do you monitor? Or how does what happens with the times and the sound now influence the music you play or make now? Because a lot of artists who have been around been established for a while, are always a lot of artists are searching for relevance, right. To reach those heights that they once had. And some artists don't. It doesn't matter to them one way or another. Yeah. How do y'all factor that into what you do?
You live it on a day to day, and so when you live it, it just kind of comes out. Mm-hmm. When you're in the lab, I had wrote this song called "Solitary," and it talks about living with AIDS, and not that I got it, but people living with AIDS. Young girls on the street, people needing more prayer in their life, and things like that. So. When you're watching the news and things like that, you kind of get affected by it. Mm-hmm. You're not just a wall. This world evokes all kind of emotions out of you. So when you go in the lab, sometimes that comes out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, you're driven by that.
You're right.
I'm driven by that. Well,
even like with us in the studio, people ask us all the time, "You guys do a new album?" I'm like, I don't know. I guess we will one day, but we're always writing. Sometimes we write together, sometimes we're throwing mixes around to each other. But I believe I'm one of those artists that, if you look at the Tony's career, we only release a certain amount of studio albums, 4 of them in 10 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? But the point is that I always believe if you don't have nothing to say, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, for real. You know what I mean? For real. On the for real. So, I got to the studio one time, or a couple of months back, me and Raphael went in there and chunked something off. Came off with something sound real Earth, Wind, and Fire-ish, but I had something on my mind. I had to lay to him. I was like, dude, we got to say something right now. We got to say something. So we ended up doing something called The Plant That Saved the Planet. Mm-hmm. And we're from Oakland, California. Mm-hmm. So I passionately believe in that plant will be saving the planet with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Turning things around for us. It turned things around for me. Yeah. So
the plant saved your life.
The plant that plant will be saving the planet right now. It's going to be what turns it all around for us.
The plant.
That's interesting, because I was going to ask, throughout the years, what other passions have you guys discovered within yourself beyond music?
Oh, it's all been a music foundation for me. Mm-hmm. Music has always driven me to the right thing to support, or the right thing to say. I've always been about supporting the youth. That's how I got into producing younger artists, and I learned a lot from them. I learned right before I had my kids and everything. I learned at a certain point we got to learn as elders, to listen to the youth and follow their lead, and just give them good morals and support. That's been my passion.
Toni are here. I'm opening up the phone lines. They're performing if you're in Colorado Springs, January 29th. That was yesterday. You was up in Harlem.
Yes.
Okay.
We hit
Times Square yesterday.
What?
Times Square.
Yeah, it was
all right.
Lovely.
Okay.
It's an honor to be on that stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
How'd it go?
Nice.
Yeah?
What do you mean? Yeah, the crowd stand up the whole time. I mean, me, I you know how I am. It was a party the whole time.
Yes.
But I had a few of my favorite guitars on stage with me, so it was beautiful.
No, it was good. The energy was good. You know, New Yorkers are kind of hard. They sit there and stare at you for half an hour, like.
But the thing is, what I learned about that, because you know we all from Oakland, Bay Area.
Yep.
You know, we thought the stare was something like we used to think the stare. I used to think the stare was apprehensive or judgment. But the stare sometimes is really admiration. You know, and they're like they can't believe, damn, Tony is on this Apollo stage here in Harlem, New York, or wherever stage it is, and it ain't really what I thought it was all the time. You know, so because they're there.
Oh, but they was with it though.
They were with it. I know with y'all, they're with it. You guys. So if you're in Colorado Springs, they'll be there February 11th. Occasion, February 18th, Mount Pleasant. Yeah. Okay.
You know, we do a lot of those casinos, and I have to tell you, I ain't like doing those casinos.
Why not? Because you lose your money right after.
No. I don't even gamble like that unless we go into the, the dressing room and have a dice game like that. That's the only way I gamble.
Okay.
And I don't get on those tables.
You don't do that?
But no, I love the food.
Okay. And the smoke. Smoke, not that smoke, but the casino, they smoke. Okay, I want to do this. I'm opening up the phone lines, and then I want y'all to think about this because I want to know what influenced your sound. And then you mentioned Earth, Wind, and Fire. And and there are a lot of great bands. I think Bruno Mars has a great band.
Yeah.
Flatbush Zombies have a great band. There's a lot of great bands out there. I want to find out what is Tony's top 5 greatest bands. We'll come back with that. 888-742-3345. We did a little something special for you guys. DJ Wonder. Legends. Tony, ladies and gentlemen. Courtesy to DJ Wonder right there, man.
That was dope.
He did us all right. You all right? I told him Oakland coming up in here. Don't screw that up. And you can see what he did. Wonder, thank you, Wonder, for representing Oakland, man. If you want to say anything to Oakland, the good people of Oakland. All right, thank you.
Yeah, it was good. I saw the show last night. It was great, guys.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah,
I didn't know you got a chance to see it.
Yeah, I was sitting in the cut, enjoying myself at BB King's.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Okay, all right. So top 5 bands like to your liking.
Oh, Graham Central Station. Come on.
Right.
I mean, if you look at it, I travel quite a bit. Every time you get somebody on the bass, they pluck. Thump the bass, and that was created in Oakland, California by Larry Graham in a church because they couldn't afford a drum set. I got that from him. That ain't no,
you just didn't make that up.
How did you come up with that? Well, my dad at church. So Larry Graham.
That was created where once again?
Oh, Oakland, California.
Thank you.
Heather
didn't know that.
They gonna get tired of Oakland. They're like, hey, look.
5 years of Oakland, and then 20 years prior knowing Sway. Everything's over.
Gotta love it up.
Yeah,
We are proud as hell about that little ass city.
But that's good though.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
All right. So Grand Central Station. Who else?
Well, of course, Sly, because that's all the same.
Yeah. Go no, say it though. You got to say it.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Why that?
Because if you notice the way we dress, not that we try to copy that, but that's growing up in the 70s. 60s, 70s, all that, and they were a group that stood for stuff. They were down with the Panthers. They were about the people, but they believe in having their own identity with stuff. So you see Sly and Graham going in the stores, shopping stuff with silver boots on, and and everything else. So to us, that's just how it is.
Yeah, they were down with the Panthers. So where's the Panthers from?
Oakland, California.
Okay, my bad. Okay, third group. Go ahead.
Straight.
Yeah, we listen. We got about 32 million on here at Sirius XL. Somebody listening, okay? All right. Okay. What's another group?
I got somebody.
Who?
The Time.
The Time.
Yeah.
The Time. Yeah. Why the Time?
Why the Time?
I mean, I'm just
what time is it?
It is.
The Time, man.
The Time.
Morris Day and the Time.
They used to jam too, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, they jam.
Yeah.
Amar,
They
you
first
got
came
somebody
out,
you
they
want to
gave
throw in
Prince a run for his money at the Coliseum.
Did they? They gave Prince a run for
run for his cold money.
Oh yeah.
Of course he handled his business, but like that group came out.
It was a battle.
Like we here.
Yeah, but they were all family. So that was intertwined, right? So that's 3. You want to add one?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay, I was gonna say somebody gonna say Earth, Wind, and Fire. The interview was gonna be over.
Hell,
all right,
look up to them.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then a 5th would be
See, it's not really. Well, yeah, I guess they were.
Carlos Santana.
No, you got to go Jacksons, man.
Oh, come on. Yeah,
You got to go Jacksons,
that's
man. Come on.
We don't even have to say their name.
Come on, man.
You know,
Jacksons?
come on,
Okay.
let's.
Okay, the Jacksons.
Yeah,
okay,
everything
cool.
about that.
All right, Tony is here. We're gonna go to the phone lines real quick. Let's take them all the way to Phoenix. We got Tammy on the line. Tammy, what up,
Hey,
Tammy? How you doing? Good morning.
What it
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Everything good, Tammy? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good today.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Hey, gotta take it day by day.
Day by day, that's all we can do.
All right. So say hello to Tony. Tony, questions you have for him?
Good morning.
Hi, guys. Hi, Tony. How are you?
We are wonderful. Up in the morning.
We're good.
Oh, that voice. I just wanted to tell you guys that I've been with my boyfriend about 8 years. His name is James, and every morning of our anniversary, he plays It's Our Anniversary for me.
Okay.
That's what I wake up to every morning of our anniversary. It's wonderful.
That's quite a bit.
Just our anniversary morning.
That. Every morning, though.
Do you have sex?
No.
Do you have sex to It's My Anniversary?
Every morning?
Just on our anniversary, we have sex more than that, but yes.
Okay.
Right, clear that up.
That's great, man. How does it feel knowing people are having sex to music that you created? Like,
I just met a gentleman in the lobby of the hotel, and he was telling me about how he was in high school and this, that, and the other, and grew up with that. And then I asked him if he had any kids, so I feel good about that.
You feel good about that?
Like you made, babies to our music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's nothing more intimate than that. Hey, Tammy, you're a citizen.
That's Sway in the morning.
All right, we got a lot of people from. Let's go to North Carolina. Mello, what up, man? What you want to say?
Mello.
What up?
What up?
What it do?
I was gonna say, what was the struggle of becoming an R&B group?
Say that again, Mello.
What were the struggles of becoming an R&B group?
What were the struggles of forming your group?
Growing up playing with bands all the time, to me, the struggle of it is having a complete organization and respecting that. R&B groups, one thing about it, we got to learn, from what I've learned and seeing it, it's just being organized, because we're very talented, very passionate about it. But once we start getting that organized part about it, the flow of it, that's when I think you succeed best. I've seen some situations with groups that, sometimes you may say, oh, they half-ass, they can't sing, but this shit is so organized. They're moving, and you see these very talented just out of here, but the asses can't be on time, they can't get under. So that's one of the challenges.
Hey, Mello, thanks for your call, man. That's a great question, Mello. You're a citizen. You might want to go into journalism. All right. Let me see. We got Corey from Oakland on the line. Corey, what up, man?
Corey.
Rep it, baby.
Oakland.
Okay, Corey. Stand up.
Hey, can you hear me, B?
Yeah, man. We can hear you. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I just wanted to say, with the group, do y'all see anybody, following under your footsteps, or anybody in the Bay Area or Oakland just coming up under you? Like, is there anybody out on the scene that you guys take notice to, or anybody that you guys give tips to,
Oh, man. Me, personally, oh, yes. I have experienced a lot of talent in Oakland, and I still work with and give opportunities, stages to a lot of artists, because I believe in, you got to show them how it's done, how you got to load in, load out, advance your shows, get things on point, have your concept of who you are. But I've experienced some dope-ass writers and dope musicians and all around. So I'm excited, and I think the future is bright for R&B.
What happened to the group you were working with, the young group?
Which one, Pop Life?
Yeah, Pop Life.
That's my son's group. You know what I mean? They all kind of doing things separate, but they are infused in this business. And that's the one thing about it. Pop Life was meant to be like my urban version of Disney, like artists that really get the experience of it, like being exposed. I've always exposed them to, like, if I'm in the studio with Alicia Keys, I want them to see how this young lady comes in and controls that mic and gets stuff done. Did that for Keisha Cole when she lived in the House of Music.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to be exposed to the stuff. She'd be around and see Beyonce blowing, but see how long it took her to do that track? And she's blowing.
Yes.
She's committed. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
working with
on
Keisha. What was Keisha like? You caught her
damn
early.
That's my folks.
Yeah.
That's like my daughter niece. You know what I mean? That right there was a great experience for me, because it let me see what I had to do with my daughter to expose her to. So you get out there with these hustlers and doing this, that, and the other. You got to know how to wiggle through that. So that was a great thing with that. But also experiencing Alicia, that was dope. You know what I mean? She was like 18, 19 at the House of Music. So You know, my son's got a chance to be around me having a conversation with Santana, and all of a sudden he looks at my guitar, I look at his, and we go in the studio. What was supposed to be a 15-minute, conversation about doing a song, we jam for 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yes,
Carlos Santana.
Yeah, like incredible. To the head. So they got a chance to see how you got to keep it natural.
Hey, Dwayne, where's Carlos Santana from?
Wow.
Well, the Bay Area, because he is from Oakland. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know people.
This dude, look, every time he said, you hear that. You got your own.
Y'all don't understand.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Look, Toni are here, man. If you want to reach them directly, how can they reach you guys on social media?
TonyMusic.com is our website.
Okay.
And this man is a social media king for us right there. He'll give you all the information. Okay. Me, I just move.
Okay. Okay.
Toni official on Instagram. Only one Amar Khalil on Instagram. Twitter, the same thing. Toni official.
Okay.
On Twitter. And Tim, you ain't on nothing.
Tim ain't on
nothing. Tim ain't on nothing.
No,
Timothy Christian
Riley. That's the most
Riley.
I ever heard Tim talk. So I tapped out right at that question.
Timothy Christian Riley on Facebook. Yes,
okay.
Yes, he's still on MySpace.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's still on MySpace. Hey man, I love you guys. Congratulations. Continued success. Continued success. Continued success.
Hey man, likewise to you too, brother.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Oh,
this we brothers, man. We bump into each other at the liquor store in Oakland sometimes. Just walking by.
He's 14. Well, he came by last year when we did the broadcast of the Super Bowl at the Plank.
Yeah. That was hot.
It was fun, right?
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I saw some skills coming out that day. I know you were surprised too. Like these guys are really talking about something on the mic.
Yeah.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45. Kilo.